Hey everybody, it's Eric the Horror Man, and welcome to my end of the month haul for movies that I bought throughout the month of April of 2021. I got some DVDs and some Blu-rays, so without further ado, let's get started for the DVDs. First, I ordered this DVD last month off of Amazon, and I finally got it in the mail this month, and that's Pickaxe with Tiffany Shepis and Michael Baldwin in this one. And about where it was the year 1982 that the survivors of a series of brutal killings in a small town thought mass murderer Alex Black was dead and buried after the townspeople put an end to him. But teenagers experimenting with the occult awaken the monster from his grave, and he begins another rampage of terror with his favorite tool, a pickaxe. Only those who have faced him before have any chance of stopping this undead monster once and for all. So Pickaxe wasn't really too bad. There was some good gore and unique kills. So Pickaxe not too bad of a film. I also ordered this off of Amazon last month, and I got this in the mail this month, and that's Exit to Hell. This one's got Kane Hodder and Tiffany Shepis in it. Well, where a local gang rob a mafia-run strip club, shooting up the place and killing anyone in sight. They head south for the border, but when they enter the town of Redstone and begin terrorizing the locals, they find that crime is a dish best served cold. With Kane Hodder playing the town sheriff, Slade Sickle, a man with a true appetite for justice. So this movie is also called Sickle, but this one is called Exit to Hell. So pretty much same movie title, same synopsis. Next is another DVD, and I remember that John Schneider was promoting this movie at the ScareCon event a couple years ago, so I figured I'd check it out, and that's Smothered. This one's got horror icons that we meet at conventions in this film, like Kane Hodder and Bill Moseley, where they play like celebrities that are just tired of these conventions, and they decide to go to this trailer park to go and scare some people. But when they get there, it turns out they end up facing real horror. So this movie was really not too bad. It was interesting. It was okay, but I mean, what can I say? It was my first time seeing it, so maybe if I watch it more and more, I might end up liking it more. So Smothered, not really too bad. Next, I wish they had this movie on Blu-ray, but even though I had the DVD for quite some time, I figured I'd get the unrated version of this movie on DVD. And it's a movie based on a video game that people don't really care for, but I don't care because I like this movie, and that's Alone in the Dark, with Christian Slater and Tara Reid and Steven Dorff. And it was actually nice seeing some extra footage that they never showed in the original cut of this film. And I definitely think this one is a little bit better than the original cut that I had before. And I don't care what anyone says, I like this movie, even though it's based on a video game, but the I just really enjoyed this movie a lot because I thought Christian Slater and Tara Reid did a good job in this one. I thought the creatures were not too bad either. So, Alone in the Dark is like one of my favorite movies based on a video game. That and Doom. Okay, now for the Blu-rays. I bought this up at Walmart. Figure I add this to my collection, and that's Titanic. Of course, everyone has seen Titanic, and they all know the synopsis of this one. So, very popular movie from the late 90s. Next is another superhero movie from DC Comics that I bought, and that's the Blu-ray DVD combo of Wonder Woman 1984. This movie was not too bad. It was interesting. I know some people have their differences on this, but this one was actually not too bad. It was it was good. I liked it. Next is another Blu-ray DVD combo I picked up since I have the second one. I figured I'd get the first one, and that's Daddy's Home with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, where it's like dad versus stepdad, where Will Ferrell is a stepdad of Mark Wahlberg's kids, but when he decides to come home to visit them, and now he has to basically compete with the cool dad, that it just to prove that he could take care of his kids. Very hilarious, very funny movie. So, Daddy's Home, very hilarious. Next, I bought this off of Amazon, and I saw this on Stars, and I thought this movie was not too bad, and that's Fantasy Island. This movie, it was actually not bad, where strangers come to this island to fulfill their fantasies, but once they get to the island, it turns out to be a little bit more than what they expected for it to be. So, Fantasy Island, not bad of a movie, very interesting. Next is an upgrade from the DVDs to the Blu-ray that I got that I said order off of Amazon, and that's the unrated versions of the American Pies, where it's got the first four American Pie movies: American Pie 1, 2, Wedding, and Reunion. All of them unrated. Hit it, and of course, these movies are just freaking hilarious as hell. They're just totally laugh out loud, just hilarious and a lot of fun to watch. So, the American Pie movies, very hilarious to watch. And it's just so much fun. Next is another upgrade. I bought this up at Walmart. I paid $40 for this. And it's a movie collection. And that's the Mission Impossible movie collection, where it's got all six of the Mission Impossible movies in one. And you could actually feel the lettering on the slipcover. Here, so finally upgraded my Mission Impossible movies from the DVD to the Blu-ray, so very happy to have that in my collection. Next is another upgrade. I also bought at Walmart. I paid $30 for this on Blu-ray, and that's the Indiana Jones collection, where it's got all four of the Indiana Jones movies. And of course, it's got the little flimsy paper where it's got the pictures on the back from the first four films. Because on the back, it's like a little map showing that, like, where he's gone over the years. And of course, in here are the Blu-rays, and it's shaped like a book for all four of the Indiana Jones movies, including the bonus features they have. So very happy to have the Indiana Jones collection in my collection on Blu-ray. Next is another upgrade from the DVD to the Blu-ray that I got. That I ordered off of Amazon. That's Avengers: Age of Ultron. I'm not going to go into details because almost everyone has seen this movie. So now I got all the Avengers movies on Blu-ray. So I'm very happy to have it now. Next is a Blu-ray DVD combo I ordered off of Amazon. I've seen this movie a couple of times, and this movie was actually very fun. It was actually not bad. And that's No One Lives, where basically this mysterious man and ends up getting robbed by some bandits. And it turns out the bandits end up robbing this one guy when they end up taking his car, because they end up discovering in the trunk is a woman who's been like tied and kidnapped, and that's been missing for quite some time. So now the bandits have to fight for their lives when the mysterious man starts taking them out one by one, making all these deadly traps and everything. So No One Lives, very fun movie to watch. Definitely a lot of fun. Next, I bought this up at Walmart, and you might saw me do a review on it because this movie was so much fun, and that's Willy's Wonderland. This movie is just so much fun. The soundtrack is not bad. Had it, even though yes, the main theme is it could be a little bit addicting and it could get inside your head, but Nicolas Cage was just a complete badass, even though he had no dialogue, never said one word. But this movie was just so much fun, and the story was actually pretty good as well. Of wondering why the indoor playground of Willy's Wonderland has become what it is today. So Willy's Wonderland, very fun movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. Next is a couple more upgrades from the DVD to the Blu-ray. I'm finally glad to have. I ordered this off of Amazon, and that's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. This is a continuation after the first one, where Julie and her friends take a trip to the Bahamas, but the fisherman is not too far behind. So, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Very fun slasher horror movie from the late 90s. And last is again an upgrade from the DVD to the Blu-ray. Hey, and it turns out this movie is out of print, and I paid $30 for this movie on eBay, and that's I Know What You Did Last Summer, the very first one. I'm actually surprised that this movie is actually out of print because I paid $30 for this on eBay. But I remember seeing this movie in theaters, and this movie was pretty good for a slasher horror movie from the late 90s where four friends have an accident on the road and they decide to dump the victim's body into the water just to cover it up. But then a year later, someone knows what they did, and now they're being stalked and they have to find out who knows their secret of what they did. So, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Very fun slasher horror movie from the late 90s. Alright, so that's my haul for the movies I bought throughout the month of April. What do you guys think? Did you like what you saw for the movies I ended up buying? Please let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for some more videos. Later.